back. We are going to be playing a game that I probably will like. 2064 Read-Only Memories. Virtual cursor. I have no idea if this music is copyrighted or not, but I'm gonna risk it anyway.
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them.
Yeah, I wouldn't for sure.
They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines.
That's cool.
Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human.
Yeah, just tone it down a bit, okay? That's
High
what we need to
above
do.
the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Oh. It's a whole robot. Oh. Cool. A new cyberpunk adventure. Prologue. December 20th. Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. Oh, what the heck? Dead. Talk to bed. Look at bed. You're home within your home. Nothing like curling under those blankets escaping for a while. You better submit your article before you turn in, or you won't have a place to sleep for long. A sheet of paper. A single piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. You don't know exactly what that ooze is, only that it seems to be growing day by day. Can I clean it? Running water might just make it worse. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. Probably not a good idea to touch that slime. That's a mystery for another reporter. Freach. The video screen on the front says mustard, half full, spoiled milk, 10 days past expired. You open the fridge, see a bottle of mustard and a carton of swallowed milk, which is developed an odor. Yeah, the spoiled milk has one more day on it. Maybe. Nah. GX Ultra Beats headphones. A pair of the headphones, the ultimate in budget audio. You better try them out so you can start crafting your review. Nice. You have a product. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. Plant. This plant is in pretty bad shape. Isn't it supposed to be one of those easier plants to take care of? Careful. The poor thing is more fragile than a snowflake. Good old Lappy. It may not be the most powerful or the fastest or the best screen, but well, it works. Well, I can go on. Lappy is a bit of a relic. What in the world? You have an article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. Isn't the fanciest program, but it's the only word editor that still exists. That still gets updates from a machine as old as yours. Before you can write a review on it for these dang headphones, you should test them out. What is this, like YouTube? Sync to Lappy automatically as you connect to one of these one of the less pornographic feeds. Your best options are usually limited to video game streams, old concert recordings, and live cans of baby animals. Your choice is clear. Lappy speakers feel neglected, but now you have the first-hand experience needed to start actually writing the review. The first part of the work is done. You're so accomplished. You can keep watching Lips Live, or you could go ahead and work. You sync of the headphones and watch a stream of classic 90s coming of age dramedy. Alright, time to work out the way. Time to get work out the way. Selling your soul, wait what? Bit by bit. Character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There. Your big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into a book. Yeah, surely. Work is finally out the way. Time for bed. Or you could read some OK Today and catch up on some news before you sleep. Your account is past due in amount 1,396.4 credits. Failure to restore your account may result in termination of service. Power. Yes, the age-old choice between food or electricity. Hey there, I'm the lead editor of WTF Sounds, formerly We're a new up-and-coming audio review feed looking for hot talent who need a platform for their work. We'd love to feature any product reviews you'd like to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure if we like your stuff. Yeah. Don't they know people die of exposure? Another article, another paycheck, and it's all going straight to your rent. I don't want to read all that. Yeah. This new Seth's most beloved morning show about news and entertainment. is the show's online newspaper called The Scanline. Okay, today is usually all about feel-good news, but it does focus on serious current events at times as well. Can I? Oh, I must go on and not look at it. Current events. Or say about the human revolution. Okay. Yeah, y'all can pause and read that if y'all want to, but I'm not reading all this. They're playing God, right? It's not human. I don't want to read through all that. Can I keep this in my... those dang headphones? Coffee, the great equalizer. The one thing that the poor and rich alike need to chug through the day, you assume. Book. A copy of Wakefield. Sometimes the old books are the best, especially to keep your window propped open. Door. Well, at least you feel safe behind this newly installed security door. Late. Okay. I'm gonna just go to sleep because I don't feel like doing anything else. Oops, somebody out there. Who that? Who you? What are you doing?
Good, you're finally awake.
What are you doing in my house, though?
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
How'd you get in my apartment?
I came in through the door, of course.
It was locked, though.
The graphic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code.
I don't know what that is.
It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of AccuGate M/14723-B.
I knew it.
Don't feel too bad.
Alright.
I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you.
Oh.
I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter.
I have multiple dogs.
Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken. And that you left it open.
My window lock is broken.
Yes, I attempted to repair it, but it uses a proprietary bolt head I am not equipped to remove. I took the liberty of filing a maintenance request with your building superintendent. Considering the speed at which he has historically worked, I estimate it will take him 16 working days to complete the repair.
16
Not
working
quite
days.
to my standards.
Yeah, my dog's
I
birthday.
know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly. I would suggest investing in an INSEC Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added added attack vector introduced by the integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience.
Alright.
The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
300 5 stars. What is Congo?
Oh, I hope you don't mind.
I low-key
While
do.
you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC.
What is
Once
bisect?
that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my microactuators, so I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
What you do? You put a virus on it? What you do to my computer?
Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove
What the
some
heck?
particularly nasty malware.
Okay. What the heck? I used my touchpad. You see the little cursor?
An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well.
Oh my god.
I would consider it no great loss, though.
Sure.
Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
All my work is on there.
Don't fret! I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash.
Sweet.
Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs.
Okay.
It is the least I can do.
That's nice. But you still haven't told me why you're here, though.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous.
Sai.
I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
Hayden Weber.
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes.
I haven't seen that man over a year. Where he at?
I don't really know. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
What makes you believe that?
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me,
Okay.
and the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
I never looked for a missing person, but I could try to.
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
See about that.
Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable.
Okay.
If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me.
Oh.
He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Or they want him though.
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's
Oh.
no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped.
Probably
I
would.
suspect it has to do with me.
Who is you?
Excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before.
Oh, okay.
I am Turing.
Turing.
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments.
Okay.
He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research or to take it and use it for themselves. A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic.
Oh.
As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance.
I feel the same way, low-key.
Program me with the illusion of free will? How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
Dang, you feel like that? Let's not get too philosophical here.
I apologize for the tangent.
That was interesting to my need. We should get started.
Time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
Oh. Okay. A day later, Hayden's apartment.
That's strange.
But
Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired.
oh,
I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully.
yeah.
Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work.
Oh wow,
Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
I know that.
Will do. I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals.
Oh,
I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him. Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
do it. You won't. You won't.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage. Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But I...
What? You did what you
Excellent
need to
point.
do, right?
Let's start searching for clues.
Okay, I don't like using the photos. Picture of Hayden traveling all over the world, working at a company like Parallax ensures you'll be more than well off. It's a plan. Doing much better than the one at home. ROM parts.
Hayden spends so much of his time at home building ROMs, as if he doesn't do enough of that at work.
Your ID card. Window. Oh, I didn't even realize the dialogue right there.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords. This window here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below.
You sturdy enough?
Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair, so... I took the fire escape.
Cool. Alright.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. Your door used a much simpler set of algorithms with a much weaker processor. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents. I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability. Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion. That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
idea how to log in. A stack of books.
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
That's a tablet.
Ah, that device.
Oh.
I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card.
I guess we're gonna have to find that memory card though. Weren't you paying attention? Don't bother trying. You'll fry it worse than turning fried lappy. I'm trying to forget the SD card. Busted. You must have dropped it. Game consoles. A few vintage video game consoles. Hayden was always a fan of old tech. There's a Mega 16, a Duro, and even a Familink. We gain the strength of the temptation we resist. So you'll probably become a rad video game wizard now. The television is looping through some of Hayden's feeds. Tech Banta, Ted's Code Tips, Augmented Eye. There's no buttons on the screen. There's no need to watch TV right now. Pause off. Based on your track record, it's for the best. This sentiment is understood, but you probably won't forget what Hayden looks 80 times. What reason would you have for taking this? You don't even own a ROM.
Without the memory card, this tablet is useless.
I can't even use my ID card. Blue means no. Maybe it's just not plugged in right. Out of battery. Busted. Why do I use my ID card? You can't get rid of your ID. Alright, let's see. Look at my ID. What's my plus? It's your name, picture, and stats. I got an achievement for that. This song reminds me of Ape Escape 3 for some reason. Open menu. Oh, and I just opened the menu. Save. I'm gonna just name it E. E. Okay. Alright, so.
It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card.
And this is too boring. Boring stuff in high def.
You're not actually thinking about switching one of those games on right now, are you?
Dang. Plant Whisperer, you are not. Okay. We can't really use the drawers, which is bus. How are we supposed to find an SD card if we can't access it? Bloop, bloop, bloop. No leave fingerprints. Quit trying. It's never gonna happen. Never ever. I don't like my ID! Can't use any item on these, on this. Can only use the headphones on that. Can't use it. I can't use the item on that. Where are we supposed to find the SD card at? Where? Exactly where? Can I go outside? See, horizontal sliding never fails. Plus, they're perfectly polished. The view is certainly better than yours, obviously. Oh my goodness gracious! Where am I gonna find it? An SD, a freaking memory card? Like where?
Without the memory card, this tablet is useless.
And I don't have a memory card. Are you serious? Oh. What in the actual world? What in the world? Can I use like any other button? That's safe. I do not want to do that. Well, I guess I can't really do anything, so I'll probably record again once I find the memory card. So see y'all whenever, I guess.